Good morning, children. So let's see the last part of circulatory system that consists of the blood groups. Now, what are blood groups? Blood groups are such kind of groups, children, that makes the blood of one person differ from the blood of the other person. They are like kind of groups or segregation based on certain things that are found in the blood. So because of those certain things that are found in the blood, children, blood is categorized into 4 different types or kinds. And all of us have one of the kind of the blood out of those 4 categories. So let's see what are blood groups, what are those 4 types of blood groups, and who was the one who first found these blood groups. Blood groups were discovered by Karl Landsteiner in 1900. So this was the time when the blood groups were discovered. A person's blood group is determined by the type of antigen. Now this is the name of the protein which is present, children. And the name is antigen, the substance that I was telling you that makes the blood differ from one person to another. That is antigen. And where are they present? They are present on the surface of the RBC, which is the red blood cells. So on the surface of the red blood cells, children, this protein is present which is known as antigen. In most people, there are of 2 types of antigen. Now, there are 2 types of these antigens also. They are antigen A and antigen B. One person has only one type of antigen present on the RBC. That means in one person's body, either antigen A or antigen B will be present. At times both can also be present and all that we are going to see further. Plasma of the blood contains antibodies. You know, children, antibodies, that the plasma contains antibodies. Now what are antibodies? These are also a kind of proteins, children, that attack the other substances that enter inside our body. So antibodies which attack the foreign red blood cells antigen but not body's own red blood cells antigen. That means if by chance some other person's red blood cell antigen enter inside a body, then these antibodies will go and they will attack them. They will try to kill them. But they will not attack the antigens of our own body. On the basis of the type of the antigens present on the surface of RBC, human blood is classified into 4 groups. And what are those 4 groups, children? Blood group A, blood group B, blood group AB, and blood group O. Now next is this table given in your books, children. This is a very important table because this is the basis of the different types of blood groups, how they are differentiated from each other, and where the blood transfusion can actually take place. So see, the first column is blood groups, then is the antigen on the red blood cells, antibodies in the plasma. Now both are different things, children, right now I explained. They can donate blood to and they can receive the blood from. Like A, if it is blood group A, children, the antigen on the RBC is antigen A. What they have as the antibody? They have an antibody for B. That means if B blood group is given, then they might attack or they will attack. That is a much better term. They can donate blood to blood group, the person that has a blood group A or the person who has a blood group AB. And they can receive the blood from those who have blood group A or those who have O. Similarly, blood group B has an antigen B on their red blood cells and they have an antibody for A. Now they can donate blood to B and AB both. They can receive the blood from B or from O. Coming to AB, those who have a blood group AB, children, they have both the antigens that are present on their RBC. Antigen A also, antigen B also. Antibody is nil. Why? Because both the antigens are present, so they don't have any antibodies. They can donate the blood to only AB. They can receive the blood from all the groups. That means they can receive the blood from all the 4 groups, but they can only give the blood to AB. That is why AB, the ones with blood group AB, they are known as a universal receiver. That means they can receive the blood from all the groups. Coming to the last blood group O, they do not have any antigens on the red blood cell, neither A nor B. They have anti-A and anti-B. That means they have both the antibodies in the plasma, both for anti-A, that is antigen A, and for antigen B. They can donate the blood to all the groups. That means they can give to A, B, AB and O. But they can take the blood from only the ones who have a blood group O. That means they are the universal, donors. O is a universal donor and this one is a universal receiver. A person with AB type of blood group is called the universal recipient. Right? I told you right now, children, because it can receive the blood from all the 4 types, whereas a person with O type of blood group is called a universal donor, because it can donate the blood to all the different types of blood groups. Now further, there is one more difference, children, that each blood group is of 2 types, like depending upon the presence or the absence of one more thing that is present in the blood. And that one more thing is, children, the RH factor. Now this RH factor is also the kind of protein only. Now this RH factor, which is also a special protein, it is also an antigen, children. It was first time reported it was first time found in rhesus monkey. Now rhesus monkey is a type of monkey. Now depending upon this RH factor, children, the same RH factor is present in human beings also. So if that antigen is present, then that blood group is known as RH positive. And in case that RH factor is not present or the antigen is not present, then the blood is known as RH negative. Most people are RH positive. Most of the people have this RH factor in their blood. This factor also needs to be matched before the blood transfusion. Otherwise, the clumping, now this is very important, children, that if you don't match the blood groups, and before matching the blood group, if you do the blood transfusion, if it is being done, then the clumping or the agglutination of the RBCs will take place. Now what is this problem, children? All the RBCs, the red blood cells of our body, they start sticking to each other. And then that is very, very dangerous, because in that form they are not able to move throughout our body, and the clumping affects all the system of our body. So it can be very fatal, and if it is not treated properly, a person can also die. So before the blood transfusion takes place in any person's body, children, it is very, very necessary that the blood group is being. Now the next thing is, children, blood pressure. Now maybe many a times you must have heard of this term blood pressure. They have a high blood pressure today, the blood pressure got low. So what exactly is blood pressure? It is the pressure that is exerted by the blood on the walls of the arteries. Means where the blood is flowing in our body, children, it is flowing through the arteries. You know, the arteries bring the blood from the heart to the various parts of the body. So these arteries, children, who are carrying the blood from the heart, when the blood pressure, so the pressure that the blood creates on its wall is known as blood pressure. Blood pressure is highest when the heart is contracting. Now when the heart is contracting, children, it pushes all the blood that is there in the heart into the arteries. So at that time, the blood pressure is highest, and it becomes the least when the heart is expanding, because when it is expanding, the blood starts getting filled inside the heart. So at that time, the blood pressure is lowest. Now there is an instrument that maybe you might have seen at the doctor's clinic and all, that is used for measuring the blood pressure of a person's body, and that instrument is known as the sphygmomanometer. As you can see, the two readings are taken: the pressure of the blood when the heart is contracting, which is called the systolic blood pressure, and when the pressure of the blood is relaxing. That means when the heart is relaxing, what is the blood pressure at that time? That is called the diastolic blood pressure. Now this is important, children. The normal systolic pressure of a young adult is 120 millimeters of mercury. Normally, diastolic pressure is 80 millimeters of mercury. That means the low count should be 80 and the highest count should be 120. Constant high blood pressure is harmful as it makes the heart work harder. Eventually, the overworked heart may fail altogether. High blood pressure can also damage the kidneys, eyes, and can increase the risk of an artery tearing open. That means if a lot of high blood pressure is there, children, then the kidneys get affected, the eyes get affected, and at times if the blood pressure is too much, then the arteries that are carrying the blood, they might even tear open. That means they can blast out, they can open up, they can get damaged. A cerebral hemorrhage or stroke occurs when one of the arteries that supplies blood to the brain ruptures. That means a hemorrhage or a stroke can occur when the arteries that are supplying the blood to the brain has become damaged and the blood starts coming out. So that is known as the cerebral hemorrhage. Blood pressure is normally in physically fit people. Now, in a physically fit person, the blood pressure remains normal. Regular exercising can help in controlling the high blood pressure and reduce the risk of the heart diseases also. That means if we are regularly exercising, then it will help our heart to function properly without increasing or decreasing of our blood pressure. Now, when we know, children, after reading the chapter and everything, that our heart is a very, very important organ of our body, then keeping a healthy heart, how can you keep your heart healthy? Now, there are certain ways and tips in which we can keep our heart healthy. First, avoid smoking and using tobacco products. Now, I know you don't smoke and neither you use tobacco products, but you can advise your father or uncles, whoever is smoking or using tobacco, that it is not good for your heart. Be physically active every day. Now, it is necessary that you are physically active. Don't keep on lying on the bed and in the quilt all the time. You need to get up, you need to play around, you need to walk around, and you need to be physically active. Eat a heart healthy diet. That means a diet which is very good for your heart, that is rich in the fibers, and the food that is good in the fibers, you should try to eat that. Keep a healthy weight by regular exercising. The weight of a body is also very important, children. You should not become overweight by eating only and lying on the bed. As these days, homeschooling is going on. You people are all staying back at home and you are doing the studies and everything. But see that you are regularly doing the exercises and being very, very active every day. Keep your blood pressure healthy by avoiding more salt and sugar in the diet. Do not eat a lot of salt or sugar in the diet. It might increase your blood pressure. Keep your total cholesterol healthy by avoiding more of the saturated and unsaturated fats wherever possible. Now, don't eat too much of the junk food. Now, this junk food, if you avoid eating, children, it will help you maintain the cholesterol level of your body, which is very important if you want to keep your heart healthy. Do your work daily in such a way that there is no mental stress. Even we should not try to take a lot of stress, and at your age, children, only mental stress is the studies. So don't try to take a lot of stress of the studies or any other thing. Let the things happen every day, and slowly you will get used to it. So with this, we come to an end of today's video. Thank you. So that's it for today's video, children. I hope I made myself very clear to you and you have understood each and every point that I have explained to you in today's video. If you have really understood, you know what is to be done. Please do like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell icon, because after that you will be notified with every new video that I'm going to upload. See you very soon with rest of the videos upcoming soon. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.